Hopefully you guys were able to see these azaleas be transplanted. We dug these up the other day, and we were able to transplant them here under a shady area where these oak trees are. They're a little bit close to the oaks, but with where we mow grass on this side, this will be a perfect location.
Dean Family Acres. All right guys, so we are going to try and get these 2 azalea bushes planted here in the front up under the oak trees. It'll be a perfect spot for them. Just need to dig up a hole and mix in some bark soil conditioner as you learned about on the blueberry video. Y'all check it out. We're gonna set up a time lapse and let y'all see us putting these in the ground.
Hopefully you guys were able to see these azaleas be transplanted. We dug these up the other day, and we were able to transplant them here under a shady area where these oak trees are. They're a little bit close to the oaks, but with where we mow grass on this side, this will be a perfect location. They do have a little bit of growth. We had a really warm December. I think what I might do is come back and just kind of prune these just a little bit. I'm not worried about them blooming this year. I know if you prune them, they won't bloom. I'm worried about them making sure that they actually establish themselves and they stay here.
Going to see if we can get some stuff planted down here by the road. Some azaleas we picked up. They look real pretty down here by the road. If you want to put something down here, hopefully you guys can follow along. Check us out. We try and get some azaleas planted. You definitely don't want to plant them too deep. That's one of the biggest things. So we're about 4 feet from each of these trees. These Glacier, which I'll show you a tag in just a second. These Glacier Azaleas get about 6 feet wide, so it should fill the gap in between both of these trees. Just kind of create a bed area down here. Azaleas like to drain, so you want to make sure that you are planting them a little high, and definitely mix in some pine, bark, soil conditioner if you have clay soils, which we do. This down here is definitely not as compacted as it is kind of on the back side of the property, but we're going to put some in there anyway. As you can see, dug it about twice the size that it needed to be. Glacier Azalea, part sun, 3 to 6 hours, that's just right. And these are not reblooming, but I got them for half price, so could not complain. So we're gonna get this one planted here. You can watch as I mix in the pine soil conditioner to help with pH and everything, and also with the drainability with clay soils. Azaleas do have a lot of roots near the top of the ground, as you can tell. This one needs to be out of the pot. but it's doing healthy. Since we're planting them in spring, we'll definitely have to water. This is ground level at the bottom of the shovel. So as you can see, we want to plant this up a couple inches. Don't you love camera malfunctions? When I made it focus on that Glacier Azalea, everything else, the focus just stayed in the same spot. So hopefully you guys got to see some of that, and that you learned just a little bit. Again, make sure that you do plant it up about 2 inches or so, and we'll come back and mulch this over. One down, a couple more to go. So we trimmed up the limbs a little bit. Now what we're gonna do is get a couple more planted in between these next 2 sets of trees. Hopefully we'll stay in focus this time. Planted the other 4 azaleas over here on this side that you saw previously, and we're just hoping that we can kind of have some flowering plants and bushes down here near the road. So hopefully you guys appreciate this and enjoy it. I know that we do, and it's always great to add another somewhat native, this isn't a native azalea, but southern garden plant. So if you hadn't already, be sure and give us that big thumbs up button if you like it, and also don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell like Mike Tyson did in the 1980s. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a blessed day.